This video is to address the idea of anytime we're asking you to write the equation of a line. And one thing to know is that you have to be given certain information, or at least the ways to determine certain information. So you need to be able to find out the slope of the line, and you need to know at least one point on the line. And that may come from various pieces of information. I might give you a graph, I might give you 2 points, and you can use them to find the slope. But eventually, before you start writing, you have to make sure you know the slope and you can identify any random point that is on the line. Now, typically, we're going to use point-slope form to write the equation of the line. And remember that point-slope form is when we write y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. And in that case, the 1 point that is an actual known, set of values that are on the line is my x sub 1, y sub 1, and my slope is my m. So the other thing that tends to throw people off is that it's not uncommon, if we go back up here to the directions, to say write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. And that always throws students off, because when we're writing the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, just to be clear, this is the final form that is needed for the line. It's not necessarily like how we plan to get to the equation. So a lot of times when we have those directions, write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, then what we do is we first use point-slope form to write the equation of the line, and then we change from point-slope form to slope-intercept form, because we wanted a final answer that was in slope-intercept form. So just a quick example of that. If I want to give the line in slope-intercept form that goes between the points 1, 2, and 5, 7. I have 2 points on the line. I want to find the slope. I'm going to do y minus y, which is 7 minus 2, over x minus x, which is 5 minus 1. And that is going to give me 5/4. So I have my slope. I can use either of the points for my x sub 1, y sub 1. I'm going to just randomly choose 1, 2 for x sub 1, y sub 1. And now I'm going to write the equation as y minus the y value equals, so that's y minus 2, equals the slope 5/4 times the quantity x minus the given x value, which in this case is the 1. So I've written the equation of the line, and if the directions just say write the equation of the line, I'm totally done. I have the equation of the line. But if the directions say write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, I still start here, I still do this, but now I do a few more steps. I do that second part where I change from point-slope to slope-intercept form. So that goes like y minus 2, and then I distribute the slope 5/4, so it's 5/4 x minus 5/4 times 1, which is 5/4. I'm going to add 2 to both sides, and just remember that, negative 5/4 plus 2 is the same thing as negative 5/4 plus 8/4, which is 3/4. So my final answer is y equals 5/4 x plus 3/4. So in this case, I have written the equation of the line passing through the points 1, 2, and 5, 7. I've used point-slope form to get my equation, and then I've got to the slope-intercept form for my final answer. Now, one quick note is that there is kind of a shortcut if one of my 2 points is the y-intercept. So if either of those points is 0, a value, then I actually get to jump straight in and I can write this using slope-intercept form. But that's the exception. That only happens in those really nice, extra pretty circumstances where I happen to know what the y-intercept is. So if I don't know it, I have to do it this way.